Doge has gone too far. And if you've been watching for a while, you know that generally we don't call it that out of an utter lack of respect for the organization. We refer to it, as Francesca Fiorentini does, as doggy. But today I don't really feel comfortable doing that because Doge has unfortunately come after the doggies. All of them good boys and girls, by the way. But if Doge gets its way, some very good dogs who have been trained to protect us could literally die of starvation in the name of waste, fraud, and abuse. Now, does this sound hyperbolic? I'm sure that it does, but there's some evidence here. And so Fox News reporter Jennifer Griffin, it's a Fox News reporter, so MAGA, you can't get mad at me, get mad at Fox News, obtained an email reportedly from the TSA's Security Operations National Explosives Detection Canine Program. I'm not gonna repeat that, it's too long. And that email said this, they're talking about cuts basically. And so as of the moment, all requests for everything to include, this is underlined in the email, vet visits, kenneling, dog food, etc., have been put on hold until we receive further guidance. I apologize for the confusion, but due to new guidance sent out last night, nothing is being approved at this time. Once I receive an update, I will be sure to share with all of you, which I appreciate. And I'm sure the dogs will appreciate after a few days of no access to food, let alone the vet care and all that other stuff that I hear dogs need. But lots of dogs are weirdly obsessed with eating regularly, like almost every day. And so that's not good. And if you're not familiar with what like a bomb-sniffing dog does, yeah, they're trained and deployed to help protect us. They work with state and local law enforcement, canine teams. And that's offensive on its face. The idea that the little like kibble bucks are what they're cutting now. But to do that literally just days after Donald Trump posed in an incredibly awkward, uncomfortable way next to a dog to celebrate Canine Veterans Day. That dude does not feel comfortable around dogs. I would be hugging that dog. I would probably be getting in trouble for hugging that dog because you're probably not going to. He is standing so awkwardly there. But anyway, the facility that they're cutting funding to has over 300 dogs per year that are trained there. Okay, it costs on average about $33,000 to train a canine to detect explosives. I don't have exact figures on how much the doggy funerals will cost once they starve to death, but it's probably like $1,000, I would assume. More than 1,000 TSA canine teams are deployed nationwide to protect us, to do passenger and cargo screening. But the dogs might die, and even if they don't, they're not gonna be training new ones if they can't afford any of this stuff. So gradually, we'll have more to worry about when it comes to our flights, which I hear people have not been super comfortable about recently anyway. But Tori, what do you make of this?
Okay, first of all, I am a dog lover, as is much of America, and I assume many of your listeners and viewers. The fact that Trump doesn't like dogs and uses dogs all the time to discuss women poorly. He uses dogs. He was dirty like a dog. He did this like a dog. I'm not good at the impression either.
He choked like a dog.
He choked like a dog. I mean, dog is always used in Trump's language as a really negative, always, he just thinks they're dirty. And I just think America is such a dog-loving country that I don't trust anyone that doesn't like dogs, and I don't trust anyone that doesn't have a sense of humor. Two things he doesn't really have. But if I were a Democrat, okay, and I was actually interested in pushing back, unlike Schumer and unlike many of the other 76, 78, 80 plus, I would use this so strongly to push out the inefficiency and absurdity of doggy, and I'm gonna use the same word. Because if I saw a famous take with Jordan Klepper where he went to a Trump rally and he tried to just have a discussion, just a plain discussion, and of course it turned into a fight. Guess what he did next? He did the same thing, but he brought a golden retriever. Conversations were had. People were petting the dogs. The one thing that Republicans and Democrats can get together with are dogs. And the fact that he doesn't like dogs, I promise you, will upset many MAGA people that have dogs on their farms. They use it in their work. So if I'm a Democrat, I'm saying you are Kristi Noem at this point. You are,
oh my God.
You are Mitt Romney with that poor dog on the top of the car. But use this to show how silly, stupid, inhumane this is and push it out, because you're the only person I see reporting on this. And if I'm going to actually fight back, this is like easy incendiary kindling to a fire that could start. Why is he taking out dogs? Why is he taking out normal people that have married to citizens? Why is he taking out people and then courts are making him rehire them back? That's the opposite of inefficiency.
Yeah.
And may I say to the dogs,
that is the official language taught to them by TSA. We did check that.
Correct.
But yeah, and why is he continuing his war on men and masculinity? Dude hates dogs. He hates young married couples. Like, they're trying to start a family. They're trying to get it on and they can't because of Trump. Why is he getting in the way of all of this? And by the way, I know it's cliche to say, but I have a caveat. If you really don't like dogs, I don't necessarily trust you in general, but with the caveat that if instead you really like cats or something, then that's fine. That's fine. That's a preference thing, but you still have an attachment to nature. Trump doesn't like animals at all. That's strange to me.
And he doesn't like music. He doesn't like laughing. He doesn't have friendships.
He likes Ave Maria.
Oh yeah, and YMCA.
Yeah, YMCA. He likes, anyway. It also gives me an idea, by the way. I think AOC, when she runs for president, I think her VP pick should be her French bulldog Deco.
I have no issue with that. I have no problem with
That's a ticket we could get behind.